Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family, and today I'm talking about Meghan, who is not part of the British royal family, but who is really trying to act as though she is. This is just a short video because I just had to address this, and I am working on a longer video, a much longer video about Harry and William, and I'm going to be digging really deep in that one, so make sure you subscribe and ding the bell to get the alerts for that one, which is coming up next. So, Meghan is at it again. She has sparked outrage by flaunting her HRH title, Her Royal Highness, despite Buckingham Palace's clear orders to stop. In a bold move, or rather, I think an absolutely tone-deaf mood, she's published a letter from Ukraine's Vice President addressing her as, and I quote, Your Royal Highness, end quote. Is this a calculated act of defiance, or is it just Meghan being Meghan? So, let's look into this. Last weekend, Meghan shared a letter on Instagram from Ukraine's Vice Prime Minister, Yulia Sviridenko, thanking her and Prince Harry for their support. And the catch? It starts with Your Royal Highness. Now let's be clear, when Harry and Meghan stepped back as senior royals in 2020, Buckingham Palace issued a statement etched in stone, or so we thought. The Sussexes will not use their HRH titles as they are no longer working members of the royal family. Yet here we are 5 years later and Meghan's waving that title like a flag. Royal watchers are absolutely livid. A friend of King Charles told the Daily Beast, and I quote, It's outrageous. Every time you think they can't make it worse, they make it worse, end quote. Another source, close to the King, called it a betrayal of the deal that let them walk away with dignity. That's absolutely true. And on X, the sentiment's no kinder. Users are calling her bold, and not in a good way. One post fumed, she's nobody to use HRH, and another accused her of exploiting a sensitive geopolitical issue for clout. The nerve, right? But this isn't Meghan's first attempt at abusing her title. Rewind to that video I made a while back. Remember when the late Queen Elizabeth II was horrified? Meghan was selling t-shirts plastered with HRH in great big font, in what looked like a blatant middle finger to Her Majesty. The Queen saw it as a slap in the face, a direct defiance of royal protocol, and now it's déjà vu. King Charles, battling his own challenges, has insisted non-working royals ditch the HRH. So it's not just Meghan, it's any non-working royal. Meghan's response? Apparently, hold my jam jar. So, let's unpack the Ukraine letter. Some might argue, oh, it's just how the Ukrainians addressed her. But Meghan didn't just receive it. She published it, front and centre on her Instagram. No correction, no disclaimer, just HRH in all its glory. And what's the betting that she wrote to them first, using HRH? I bet she did, so that they would use it back. Critics say it's a power play, a way to keep the royal sparkle while selling her as ever brand. And she's being just as predictable as ever. A friend of King Charles's even sneered that she's using HRH on a site that seems to exist to sell jam. How embarrassing. So why does this matter? It's not just a title, it's a symbol of duty, of the monarchy's legacy. By flashing HRH, Meghan is thumbing her nose at King Charles, who's fighting to keep the royal brand intact. Ex-users are buzzing with their theories. Is she baiting the palace? Is one. Testing how far she can push. One post called it disgusting, especially given Harry's Ukraine visit at the same time, which some see him as masquerading as a working royal. Is it a coincidence? I don't think so. You tell me. Now here's the thing. Meghan and Harry never formally lost their HRH titles. They just agreed not to use them. That tenuous deal, as the Daily Beast calls it, held until now. But with this move, Meghan's ripped up the script. Is she daring King Charles to strip those titles entirely? Or is she banking on the palace staying silent to avoid more drama? Either way, it's a gamble. And the royal family's patience is wearing thin. From T-shirts to Ukraine letters, Meghan Markle's HRH saga is a masterclass in pushing buttons. Ignoring King Charles, echoing the defiance that horrified the late Queen, she's playing a dangerous game. What's next? HRH branded honey? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to check out my old video on the Queen's T-shirt horror for the full throwback. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe and ding the bell, and let's keep watching this unfold. So as I said, I'm working now on a much longer and more in-depth video on Prince William and Harry, digging deep and going back right to the start and looking at the way that they are with each other now, and it will be quite interesting. Thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Also, I'm going to leave you with a slideshow of Catherine's latest things, helping the Scouts and really promoting the Scouts and sharing some really beautiful photos of her just to show you how this HRH is really done. And this is someone who is allowed to have the title of HRH and who has more than earned it.